What's up, YouTube? Cam that guy here. I'm back once again with another YouTube video, man. So in this YouTube video, I want to talk about life after high school. Okay, this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about life after high school. And the last time I did a storyline video, well, I did the history between me and Pose, but before that, the last time I did was on school and shit, right? I said I was gonna get into Blue Ribbon Cleaners, McDonald's, all that bullshit, right? So what I'm about to get ready to do is combine all that and kind of summarize in this video life before I got a job, but life after high school, that time period, right? Now, y'all all lived this time period with me and shit, but I want to get into the details and the nitty gritty of this, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, without further ado, let's get to it. So, we can begin like this, you know what I'm saying? We can begin with life after high school, right? So after I graduated, right? After I graduated high school, I ended up making me an Instagram and shit. I made me an Instagram, man, following people from the old school and shit. And it was cool and shit, you know what I'm saying? I was following people, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't doing nothing but going to church, coming home and shit. I wasn't really doing I'll probably shoot basketball outside or some shit. Every now and then I'll probably go up to the basketball park and play or some shit. But I wasn't doing nothing major and I'm gonna be honest, like me right now, I'm better than that time. Well, I wouldn't say that. My shot was better, you know what I'm saying, back then. But now I'm a better overall physical specimen. I can drive better, jump better, defend better, all that shit in between at this moment than I ever could before. But I did do basketball for a hobby, and I still do it for a hobby and shit, you know what I'm saying? But back then, that's what I was doing and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I was really doing, you know what I'm saying? I would go to church. Every now and then, I'll go to a grocery store or something like that. But I wasn't doing too much. Life after high school was really bland. Like, it wasn't nothing major. It was really basic, you know what I'm saying? Life changed when my guardian offered me a job opportunity at the Blue Ribbon Cleaners. I got this job opportunity to work there. Right? He put me down with an opportunity to work at get my first job because he goes and clears his suits and all that other shit. So he gave me a job opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to do this, right? So what ended up happening was I got this opportunity, you know, so I got this opportunity. Um, I had this job opportunity, right? And I ended up getting hired. I spoke to the manager, you know, so she was real pleasant. She was like, yeah, yeah. You know, I introduced myself and I said, you know, my name is Cameron. I'm 18. I was 18 around this time. And so I'm looking for a job. You know, I graduated high school and stuff like that. I'm trying to get a job. I'm trying to get you some money and some shit. You know what I'm saying? All that other shit so I can get ready, prepare for college and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm fibbing, you know what I'm saying? Knowing damn well I'm not going to college. But I'm just saying this to give myself a good impression, you know what I'm saying, so I could get hired, right? And, you know, she ended up taking me in. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking for a job. I need a job. I just graduated high school. I need me a job. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was looking for. Like, I need, like, a job, but I need something to pay me. I need shit. I need money and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I need and shit, right? So I ended up going in for an interview. I got the job, right? So what ended up happening was on my first day, they had me. What was I doing? I think on my first day, I was just. Man, I don't remember. I'm gonna tell you some of the tasks that I did there. Besides running the cash register, what I would do is I would put these stickers with numbers on the clothes, and this is how we organize it. It will be in a number order. That's how we know organize the clothes, right? So I think I was doing something like that, put the tabs, you know what I'm saying, on the suits or the dresses or wherever it came in, or the shirts or pants or whatever the fuck came in. I'm putting tabs on them, right? Also, I hung them up. You know, so I was also hanging shit up, right? Hanging shit up was easy to do and shit like that. It was an easy job. You see what I'm saying? It was not that hard about the job. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't back there doing all that labor. I was up front. I never went up back doing all that washing shit. I didn't do all that shit. I was up front with the register, putting stickers on tags or hanging them up and handing the clothes to the customers and shit, and putting them in the bags and shit. I had an easy peasy job, you know what I'm saying? So let me describe to you the work culture there. So the work culture went like this, you know what I'm saying? Um, I was there with this girl, right? This young girl. She was probably like a year or two older than me. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to her. I think she said she was in school and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't remember what she did. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that important to me. You know what I'm saying? But she was kind of the one teaching me. You know what I'm saying? At first, it was this other girl, right? It was the boss's daughter, right? She was talking to me at first, and then her boyfriend or husband worked there as well, right? So he was talking to me at first. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like I was having a bunch of different people training me, kind of. So at first, you know what I'm saying, the boss's daughter, I was talking to her and shit like that. She was all right to talk to and shit. She was nice or whatever. Then I was talking to her boyfriend. He was cool and shit. I was talking to him and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They was training me at first. They was my main trainers. They got me started. You know what I'm saying? So I don't remember who trained me on what. You know what I'm saying? This was a while ago. This was a very long time ago. But they got me started, right? Then it was this girl. I was working beside this girl, right? She was like my main coworker. I was working beside her for a while, right? We was talking, we was getting to know each other and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Shit was going smooth and shit, you know what I'm saying? It was nice, you know what I'm saying? We was getting to know each other and shit. She was alright, you know what I'm saying? And I remember one of these days, she came dressed the fuck up for some reason. I don't know why. She came dressed up for some reason, you know what I'm saying? It's like as if she was trying to impress me or something like that. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Apparently she was trying to get at me, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I have no idea why, you know what I'm saying? This girl was trying to get at me, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because if I could go back in time, I could have had this girl. She could have took my virginity. I was gonna lose my virginity to a white girl, you know what I'm saying? That's what was going to happen back in the day, you know what I'm saying? That was going. If I would went back in time and played my cards right, that's what would have ended up happening. But you know, it is what it is what it is. She was nice to talk to and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? She never disrespected me. You know what I'm saying? She was nice to talk to. I just wasn't interested in her, and you know, at this time, I kind of, you know what I'm saying, was still, you know, a little bit, you know what I'm saying, just getting my feet wet when it comes to talking to girls and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, you know what I mean, I just wasn't really comfortable, you know what I'm saying? She made me uncomfortable a few times. I mean, she never really flirted with me, but she made me real uncomfortable this one time when she came dressed up. You know what I'm saying? She made me like nervous, you know what I'm saying? So it was like after that day, it was kind of like I don't really know. I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could do this, right? Let me explain this other coworker I had, right? This other coworker I had, um, she, you know, so was by me or whatever. I was talking to her or whatever, whatnot. It seemed as if I'm gonna be honest with you. I seen her in recent memory at Appalachia. I seen as if I remember how she looked. I remember how she built and shit like that. It seemed as if I seen her. You know what I'm saying? She goes to FAMU or whatever. I think she probably already graduated from there. But I was talking to her and shit. She was okay to talk to. I ended up asking for her Instagram. She gave it to me. We followed each other back. I texted her for a little bit, but she wasn't really interested in texting. And she was a hoe, you know what I'm saying? Based on her Instagram and her stories and shit, I knew she was a hoe, so I was like, this is a turn off. This ain't gonna work. But I ended up talking to her, she was nice as well. So the only guys that I know that were there were me and the person that trained me boyfriend was we were the only two guys there. But the boyfriend and that girl, they worked in the back. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really see them all the time. Me, the girl that was flirting with me, we worked in the front, so we worked each other most of the time. And this black girl, you know what I'm saying? We was with each other too. So the white girl, we was the main ones up front. But me and this black girl, I think we worked twice before. You know what I'm saying? But it was mainly just me and the white girl, right? And then there was a couple other workers and a couple other ladies up there, right? I was pretty much the only guy there. So what ended up happening was I ended up, you know what I'm saying, kind of feeling a little bit down. Not really down, a little bit just not in the mood this day, right? So I wasn't talking like how I normally talk. I was kind of to myself and shit. I wasn't talking how I normally talk. but I did my job and all that other shit, right? So, so I just went through my routine, they was trying to talk to me. I was kind of giving them short answers and shit like that. I wasn't in the mood to really talk this day. I was just having a bad day. Around this time, I was aware of my hackness, I believe. I wasn't aware of my hackness, I don't think. Let me see. No, I wasn't aware of my hackness around this time. I was not aware of my hackness. Okay. I didn't figure out I got hacked until I believe November or late October of 2018. So around this time it was around September, right? So I didn't know I was hacked around this time. But I was starting to notice things were a little bit off in society and shit like that. So anyway, after this bad day at work, the following day I walk up there, right? I walked up there dressed as fuck. I came out there with my Rome outfit, Gucci bag, one of my old Gucci bags I gave to some slut. I had some Sperry's on, I had some jeans on, I was looking nice. I walked up there, right? Fired me, they fired me. She said, my boss said, you can't work here no more, I don't think this is the right place for you. I'm like, why? Then she's like, just because. I don't think it's the right place for you. I'm like, just because I'm having a bad day don't mean you go fire me. I just had a bad day. I said something along those lines. Well, what I exactly said was, I know I was having a bad day yesterday, but that don't give you the right to just terminate me. I feel better today. I'm ready to, go at it. I mean, I don't have to be all talkative and giggles every single time I come here. Like, people have lives outside this place. I have emotions. I have feelings and shit, right? But she wanted to terminate me just because I was having a bad day. Doesn't give you a reason to. At the end of the day, I did my job and I did it correctly. That's what matters most. Job performance, not how well you get along with employees. You know what I'm saying? But she wanted to terminate me for that reason. So I got terminated for the blue ribbon cleaners. And now I'm jobless, but I ended up picking up a job at McDonald's, right? Let me explain to you the McDonald's process. I ended up doing a paper application at McDonald's. This is when paper applications were relevant. Now they don't have paper applications no more. They need to bring those back low key, you know what I'm saying? But everything's done online and shit. Online is better, but paper applications can come in handy at a certain situation. You know what I'm saying? They need to reinstall paper applications. But anyway, and I'm going to McDonald's. I did this paper application, turned it in. They ended up calling me and they got back with me, right? So I had to go to this orientation. So I had to go to this McDonald's building. It's a building where orientation is, right? They ended up going through training. They did them talking to me, all that other shit. Because I got the job, right? So the lady interviewed me. I answered her honestly and correctly. I don't remember the interview or the questions. I just answered it, I just answered it and shit like that, So they interviewed me. I got hired. They ended up training us at the orientation. There was a lot of training I had to go through. Now, let's go ahead and skip to the McDonald's part itself. The first few days at McDonald's were bad for me. I didn't know nothing. There. Like, they had to train me. Like, they had to literally train me on how to cook shit, how much shit you put in, how you drop shit, all that other shit. So, what I did at McDonald's is I cleaned and made food, but I didn't prepare the food. So I didn't wrap the burger or prepare the burger. I didn't do all that shit, but I made the food there. Like, I made burgers, chicken sandwiches, fries, whatever you name it. I made food there. I just didn't prepare the food there. So I did everything except prepare food. I did a drive-through. Now let me say this: the cashier and drive-through shit, that shit was tough. I couldn't do that shit. I didn't understand it. Like, the menu big as fuck. I didn't understand that cashier and the cashier drive-through part. Now I can hand food out the window. I handed food out the window. That was easy. There's two jobs at the drive-through: the cashier part and the handing food out and the making drinks part. The making drinks part was easy because most of the time the drink will get made for you. You just gotta put the lid on it and remember to put a straw in the bag and shit. So the drive-through part was easy. But sometimes sometimes the drive-through will mess up. Sometimes there'll be a wrong drink. Sometimes they won't make the drink, every now and then that shit happens, so you gotta be prepared to make a drink. So I knew how to make the drinks and shit. The end of the drive-through part was easy. It was easy as fuck. You have food out in the bag, all that other shit. No problem. It's easy peasy. Just have good customer service. It was easy, you know what I'm saying? Then I had to clean the store. I had to mop the store. I had to wash dishes. I did not like washing dishes. And what I hated most was taking out the trash. I did not like taking out the trash, man, because they will leave me by that dumpster for like 10 to 20 minutes taking out trash. Like, they literally had me do all the hard labor there. Like, I was doing all the labor there. I was doing mopping, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? I was making food and shit. I didn't like that job, you know what I'm saying? As far as what I was doing there, I did not like. But what I did, let me tell you what I did like. I did like the hours I was working. There was a point I worked like 10 hours there. Like, I was working my ass off there. And when I was making like $7 or $8 an hour, my checks were like $500. You see what I'm saying? So I was working my ass off there. You know what I'm saying? I was working 10, 12 hours there. I was working. There was a point in time I worked from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Like, bro, I was working there. You know what I'm saying? I liked it. My coworkers there were alright. You know what I'm saying? Let me explain my coworkers and shit. You know what I'm saying? There was everybody there was black, you know what I'm saying? There was only one white guy, but he was a manager. I worked with him a few times. He was cool, he was nice, you know what I'm saying? But let me describe the work culture there. So, uh there was some guy I used to go to high school with. I didn't work with him too often, you know what I'm saying? But when we did work, we barely talked, you know what I'm saying? Because we barely talked in high school, right? But aside from him, there was this girl, right? There was this girl. Uh, she, you know what I'm saying, was nice, whatever. Um, she tried to flirt with me or whatever, but I wasn't interested in her, you know what I'm saying, just because I just wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But she was nice. Polite to me and shit. She was cool, down to earth and shit. She was nice, you know what I'm saying? There was this other girl. Me and her kind of butted heads, but she was relatively okay. You know what I'm saying? She, you know what I'm saying? So this the first girl I named, she trained me. This other girl that we butted heads with, she semi-trained me, but you know, she was okay. Everybody there trained me, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to make that be known. Then there was this other girl that was pregnant. She was better than the second girl I just named, you know what I'm saying? The girl that we butted heads with this. So the first girl and this third girl I mentioned, they were friends with each other, so that's why we got along well, because they got along well and we got along well to being the first girl, so that made sense for me and the third girl to get along well, you know what I'm saying? So we got along well. Me and the second girl that we the girl butted heads, we did not get along well. But it's like, it is what it is, right? And then there was this guy there, right? There was this big, tall guy there, right? He was cool, you know what I'm saying? I liked him, you know what I'm saying? He was the coolest guy there, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he was, you know what I'm saying? He was cool, you know what I'm saying? And then there was this other guy, you know what I'm saying? He was okay, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he joked around a lot, you know what I'm saying? He liked to joke around and shit, you know what I'm saying? But he never joked around with me, but generally he tries to be a comedian and shit, you know what I'm saying? We work with each other, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he got good towards the end. In the beginning, we didn't really click, you know what I'm saying? And there was this other guy here. There was this other guy there, right? He was like street ghetto, you know what I'm saying? But he was alright and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? All that other shit, you know what I'm saying? So the best guy there was the big tall guy. He was the best guy there. All the rest of the guys there, they was straight, you know what I'm saying? But it was this one guy. There was this one guy there. He was trying to bump, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to fight or some shit. I don't remember what happened. I do not remember the circumstance. I don't remember why we almost fought, but we almost fought. I know if we would have fought in there, I don't know what would have happened, because we were around all this hot shit, all this food and shit. That could have been really dangerous. Glad we did fight, but we almost did. I don't remember what happened. I don't remember, man. I gotta think back. You know, it might come back to me towards the end of the video or mid video. But that's what ended up happening or some shit, right? So overall at McDonald's, it was better than Popeyes. I'm about to get into Popeyes and shit, but it was okay, you know what I'm saying? It was alright and shit, you know what I'm saying? It was alright because of the people I was working with and the hours I was getting. It was alright because of that reason. But everything else was bad. What I was doing there was bad. But what made it okay was the people I was working with, the staff I was working with. and the hours I was getting. That's what made it okay. Let me speak on the bad on McDonald's, right? Let me speak on some more bad in my firing. The managers there were bad, you know what I'm saying? There was only like the managers there, I mean, they was you know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness, man. But it was kinda on the lines of it was just like, they did what they did and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, towards the end, like towards the mid, the manager was all right. We was talking, we was conversing. In the beginning, they was getting on my ass. I'm like, I'm new as fuck here. They was talking about, no, you do this, no, you do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get it right. They cussing at me and shit. I'm like, bro, I'm new as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Give me time to learn this shit. Then when I eventually learned this shit, then we started getting along and shit. Then towards the end, things got bad. Well, I quit. I quit McDonald's simply because I was tired of getting left by the garbage. I was tired of them intentionally clocking me out. I had intentionally clocked out twice. I had two managers clock me out twice while I'm taking out garbage or while I'm like washing dishes or some shit. Like, no, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Once you clock me out, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. I'm not finna work off the clock. That's not how it works. If you clock me out, while I'm washing dishes, I'm gonna stop washing dishes and leave. If you clock me out while I'm taking out garbage, I'm gonna stop taking out garbage and leave. I'm working every second, every minute. You don't clock me out until I'm ready to go type shit. So I'm like taking off my uniform and apron and hat and shit. That's when you clock me out. You don't clock me out while I'm in the middle of doing something. That's not good management skills. You don't do that shit. I'm not working off the clock. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it works. You don't do that shit. You don't do that shit to your employee. That's not good management skills. But they did that to me. I had no idea. That made me upset. But the reason why I quit it, you know what I'm saying, was simply because I was having a bad day. There was a long line. Food wasn't getting made. People did not come to work. People didn't come to work. They was trying to get me to do something else. I was getting overwhelmed. I was getting frustrated. On top of all the other bullshit, me almost getting a fight with this guy, double clocking me out and shit, me always doing this and that. All that added up to this. I just had a breaking point. I walked out. You know what I'm saying, in front of all these cars. I'm talking about the store was wrapped with cars and shit. I walked out. Called my guardian to come get me. I said, I don't want to work here anymore. Fuck this job. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. I said, fuck it. And the rest was history. You know what I'm saying? After that, you know what I'm saying, a week went by. I went back up there to go grab my check. I grabbed my check, showed my ass, never came back there again. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not finna work here no more. This place is too ghetto for me. It's too ghetto. You know what I'm saying? It was too much ghetto on this. It was too much. It's too much unprofessionalism. I couldn't do it. Anyway, let's go and get into Taco Bell, right? So Taco Bell, so we end up having that Taco Bell. Like I said, I'm gonna mesh everything into this video. I don't want to make this video too long, but I'm meshing everything correctly. Right now, I'm on the right pace with this video. So to get into Taco Bell, I only worked there for like a day or two, right? No, I worked there for a week, I think. I don't remember, right? So while I was at Taco Bell, I knew I was hacked around this time, right? I knew I was hacked. I was working there, right? I didn't understand how to work the register, the cash register, right? I didn't understand how to make the tacos, like prepare the tacos and shit. I mean, it's easier to prepare tacos than a fucking burger, I can tell you that much. But I knew how to make a simple taco, but I didn't know how to wrap a burrito or nothing like that. I don't know how to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I just know how to make a hard shell taco, right? But anyway, I was making the ground beef and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I was doing all that shit, get all the condiments and shit. And most of the time I was cleaning and shit. But they really didn't give me enough time to learn this shit. You know what I'm saying? I only worked there for a week. In the first few days of shit, I really wasn't. I was having people like didn't even like allow me to really do this shit. It was kind of like different training people train people the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like different people train differently, right? So sometimes you gotta have the right trainer. That's why I feel like it's always best to have somebody that really knows how to train you, not just have a regular staff member train you. Because sometimes some people teach better than others. Is what I'm trying to say. Some people teach better than others. So I had bad teachers at Taco Bell, and I only worked there for a week. You only gave me a week of training, and that's it. So I only worked there for a week. That they took me off the schedule. So I said I quit. I'm not. You took me off the schedule for next week, but then you put me on the schedule for next week for 2 days. I said no. That's not how it works. So I quit. I said they don't want me working here. They don't want me working here, so I quit. Straight like that. So after I quit, you know what I'm saying? That was the end of that. Let me explain a little bit more of the Taco Bell process. So I went up to Taco Bell, right? This guy ended up hiring me on the spot. I just went up there. I told him, well, I'm looking to get a new job and shit. He hired me type shit. We did an interview. And he hired me and some other guy on the spot. He just hired us, you know what I'm saying? He said, oh, we need people and shit. I'm like, oh, take me, you know what I'm saying? He took us and shit. And yeah, that's the rest, you know what I'm saying? And that guy that got hired, he had more days than me, so I knew something was up. So it was like, yeah, they try to not have me work here, so I'm gonna help you out and quit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I ended up doing, right? I thought I could get another job, I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? I tried to get other jobs after that, it didn't work. So after this, you know what I'm saying? I knew I was hacked and shit, right? Mainly because I knew I was hacked. I had a lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of emotional shit. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with, you know, a lot of boys and guys I follow, dealing with the girls especially that I follow, right? Dealing with a lot. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with a lot, you know what I'm saying? So it was best for me to quit. I wasn't mentally, you know what I'm saying, ready to work at Taco Bell. I had a lot of shit going on. So it was good for me to go ahead and quit that job. So from here, you know what I'm saying? To fast forward and shit, I'm on Instagram and shit. I'm not really doing much. Never talk, show my face or my emotions, none of that shit. So what ended up happening was I decided to finally make a video for the first time. I do a documentary, right? I'm telling about my life and shit, about what goes on for me and shit, and all that other shit. I decided to do a documentary. I come on camera, I finally talk for the first time, and then I talk some more and some more and some more and some more, you know what I'm saying? Then I get to finally make it a YouTube. I make a YouTube, C-Loaded, and the rest is history. Y'all see all the videos on C-Loaded, and y'all remember all the clips I made of me talking in the photo gallery and shit like that. So let me get to some more important matters. Let's go to the Fair saga. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about the Fair saga real quick. So this is the next big thing that happened to me in life was the Fair saga, right? So let's get into the Fair saga. So I went up to the fair, right? I went up to the fair because I was trying to do a YouTube video, right? Just like how I went up to the college and tried to do a YouTube video, I tried to do that at the fair, right? It didn't work out well. I should know that shit ain't gonna work out well. If I ever want to do a video like that again, I just gotta place my camera down, walk up to them and ask the question. And there's no point in me just asking, can I record you? No, I'm gonna record your ass anyway, set my tripod up and do my shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do. That's a for now on thing I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, to move on to the next point, I was trying to do this public interview, right? I was trying to do a public interview. Nobody wanted to be on camera. So I was just like, okay, I couldn't do the video, right? But what ended up happening was I ended up approaching these girls, right? The first girl I approached was cool. The second girl I approached almost went with it, right? But her friend told her no. And that's what ended up happening to the third one, right? Well, the third one, we was talking. It was some girl I knew from high school. I was talking to her. I was 19 around this time. I seen some girl from high school. I was like, yeah, I remember you. Da, da, da. Then her friend ended up ending the conversation, right? So let's review these situations. So the first girl I tried to get at, I was talking to her normally, right? But what ended up happening was as we was talking normal, it was just she just wasn't interested in doing it, you know what I'm saying? But the way she went about it was all right, you know what I'm saying? So okay, she went about it in a respectful way, you know what I'm saying? Second go around, this girl almost did it, but she got a phone call. That's what it was. She got a phone call, and that would stop the situation. She was gonna be my camera woman. She was gonna record for me, but she got a phone call. That's what stopped it, right? Third go around, there was this girl I was talking to from high school. I seen her before. Girl cut the conversation short. And then I think I went up to another girl or something like that. They weren't interested. So I went up to about 4 girls, right? So I'm like, bro, this shit don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? This shit dumb. So why ain't this shit working? Like, bro, I start going on camera spazzing. I'm like, bro, why are these girls not fucking with me for? Like, do y'all know who I am? I do this YouTube shit. I got some songs out and shit like that. I'm like, bro, do y'all know who I am? Like, bro, like these bitches ain't gonna fuck with me till like I like when these bitches gonna fuck with me? Like, y'all must be like gold diggers or some shit. Like, why are y'all not fucking with me for? I spaz the fuck out and shit. And I do, I trust me, I can tell a gold digger for what I see one and shit. Majority of these hoes are gold diggers nowadays, you know what I mean? Bitches don't want to fuck with you till you got some money or some good success and status like me. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way. When you have good success and status, sometimes that equivalates to having a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's what it does. You know what I'm saying? I just want people to know that. You know what I mean? Women like men with like status, success, money, some going for them, some good personality, all that shit in between, right? And that's what I got, you know what I'm saying? And I got looks, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a young, handsome nigga, you know? You know, yeah, you know what I mean? But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Let me get back to the topic at hand, though. So I spazzed out on this video. I'm walking all the way from the bus terminal all the way home because the buses don't run anymore. I had to walk all the way home from the bus terminal all the way home, right? I'm walking all the way home, right? And as I'm walking home, and so I spazzing out some shit. And that was that. You know what I mean? And then after that, people reacted on social media and people made a few songs about that situation and shit. I'm like, fuck it. So I wanted to spread that fair situation, right? The next time I go out to the fair, which will be this coming up year, if I'm still in Tallahassee, right? If I'm still in Tallahassee by November, I plan to go out to the fair again, and hopefully I have somebody to go with. That's if I'm still in Tallahassee, if I'm still there, if I'm still here. But anyway, let's skip ahead from that. Let's talk about George Floyd, right? Now let's talk about COVID-19. So COVID-19 came along, right? For the people, for the youngins out there that don't know about COVID-19 was a disease. I'm talking to the youngins that probably don't remember COVID-19 or wasn't born yet or whatever. COVID-19 was a serious disease. It was killing a lot of people. I never caught COVID, you know what I'm saying? I always thought COVID was a myth. I never caught it, never came close, never had symptoms. Didn't feel the need to wear a mask, you know what I'm saying? Like, I literally got mad when they told me to put a mask on. That shit would piss me off, right? They really, I always thought this shit was made up, but people actually got that shit. People really caught that shit. Never caught it, thankfully. All that other shit, buildings and schools shut down, like stores shut down, schools shut down. And people in the world thought, you know what I'm saying, like everybody was going to die type shit. Like everybody was going to, like, people thought the world was coming to an end when this disease broke out. Like it was a pandemic. It was, think of it like the bubonic plague or something. It was like a plague, you know what I'm saying, for shit back in the day. For anybody that knows anything about history, it was a plague that happened back in the day that was killing people, right? It's like a disease, a little flu that was killing people. That's kind of like how COVID-19 was and shit. This shit was killing people, right? So when this disease came out and shit, you know what I'm saying, this is when I started, my videos got a little bit better. My songs got a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? This is when, you know, I came out with Lena Holic and Ross and shit like that. Those were some solid songs, right? You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? My songs got a little bit better, right? And all the other shit, right? And I wasn't even making music like that. I would make a song probably every month or every 2 months type shit. I wasn't making music like that. I was more into video making, right? So that's what ended up happening. But after I made Raw's George Floyd died. When George Floyd died, that's when people went on a protest. People was protesting like crazy, destroying stores and buildings and some shit. I always felt like I feel like I played a role in George Floyd's death. I'm just being honest with you. I feel like I played a role in his death. I don't know, but the police killed him by kneeling on his neck. That's what the police did to me. You know what I'm saying? The police kneeled on my neck at CVS. How they did George Floyd is how they did me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I survived because I don't do drugs and I'm not old and I'm in good health and shit. But how the police did George Floyd, that's how he did to me. You're not supposed to never kneel on somebody's neck when you arrest them and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And if you do, you're not supposed to do it, but they kneeled on George Floyd's neck. How long did they kneel on George Floyd's neck? I don't remember, but you're not supposed to kneel on nobody's neck, you know what I'm saying? And that I don't even know, you know what I'm saying? It just, I don't even know, but they knew on George Floyd neck for like a couple minutes. I'm not sure how many minutes it was. But that's what they did to me at CVS and shit. But I'm in good health and shit, so that's why it didn't affect me. And then George Floyd died, right? Because he was old, had drugs in his body, all that shit, right? But I survived because, I'm in good health and shit. But that's how George Floyd died. The people was protesting, destroying buildings. There was chaos going on in the cities and shit. There was protests and shit. They even tried to protest a little bit in Tallahassee or some shit. But it was like, it is what it is what it is. So this is pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? This pretty much it is shit. And then from here, the next best thing that happened to me was when I went to Publix to destroy the store. But I explained in the old video the history of Publix. I explained, what happened in that video and shit. After that, this is when society calmed down and started treating me normal. They stopped throwing away garbage. They stopped doing all that other bullshit. They stopped trolling me, right? So when this happened, you know what I'm saying? When it happened, it was I went up to the doctor's office. They taught me how to be a hack. They tried to make it seem like I had a mental problem or something like that. When in reality, I was right the whole time. I am hacked. I am famous. I am popular. Do have success. All that shit. They taught me how to be a hack. I got taught how to be a hack. This is when when I got taught how to be a hack, I stopped doing videos. I stopped making music. All that shit. So from here, what I'm saying, what happened was I saved up a lot of money, right? I blew it on losing my virginity, and the rest is history. You already know that storyline, right? And then, I end up getting me a job. Let me explain Popeyes real quick. I want to explain Popeyes, and then this is going to be the end of this video. So I worked at Popeyes. I ended up getting a job at Popeyes, right? They hired me, right? At first, it was a process for me to get hired because I had the wrong email. I had the wrong email, so I had to fix my email, right? But it was kind of a little bit tedious for me to get hired there, but I ended up managing to do it. But me having the wrong email, an email that don't exist anymore, it kind of foiled a lot of shit. So I had to redo an application and shit. But I went about the interview process. The lady wanted to take a chance with me and hire me or some shit. So Popeyes, what I did at Popeyes was seasoned chicken. I seasoned chicken and made sandwiches. That was my job description at Popeyes. I prefer to make sandwiches than season chicken. I didn't like seasoning chicken. I didn't like that shit at all. I was doing lots of labor. Popeyes was my most labor job. You know what I'm saying? I was seasoning chicken. I was cleaning the store. You know what I'm saying? I had to take out garbage. You know what I'm saying? And I had to, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It was a lot I was doing. A lot of sweeping, all that bullshit. I was doing everything the whole 9 yards. Like I was really, really working. You know what I'm saying? I was really working this job at Popeyes. Like I would come home like low key tired, low key. You know what I'm saying? Like I was working at Popeyes, right? I was working there. You know what I'm saying? But it was kind of the lines of, you know what I'm saying? It just came to a point, you know what I'm saying, where what made me stop working there was my days cuttage. You know what I'm saying? My days got cut a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I went from working 5 to 4 days to 3 to 2 days. I asked them about that. They was like, you know what I'm saying, our issue, da da da. That's what they would say idolatry. So they'll be telling idolatry my days got cut, but for the most part, I always worked. Popeye was a little different because I can't really see my future schedule, so it's kind of like I based that off of just 1 week when I only got like 2 or 3 days, and that's what made me want to go quit. I think it was like 2 or 1 days or some shit. I'm not sure how the schedule was made. I think I could only see a week or two ahead. I think I could only see like 2 weeks ahead, right? So I adjusted off of that. I was like, yeah, I'm not finna work here. But they did the same thing at idolatry, and then my days picked back up. But at this time, I was kind of new in the workforce, so I didn't really know that our issues is a real thing and shit like that. You only go sometimes they'll be like you can only go a certain amount of hours, how much employees can go over and shit like that. I didn't know this was a thing until Dollar so I judged my scenario off of that. But what ended up happening was when I saw that shit, I'm like, okay, they don't want me working here. But they ended up calling me. They ended up calling me to come back to work there. So they ended up calling me to come back to work at Popeyes, right? I told them no. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna come back and work there. No, you know what I'm saying? You made it clear as day. You give me these little bit of days, all that other shit. It's clear you don't want me working there. So I said, nah, I'm not gonna work here, right? You know what I'm saying? Then soon after I got a job at Dollar Tree. You know what I'm saying? I got a job at Dollar Tree and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? You already know the rest from there, you know what I mean? So That is life after high school and life before I got my first job at Dollar Tree. So this is a storyline between that shit within 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I summarized it all within 40 minutes and I did a good job. So life after high school, life before I got my first job at Dollar Tree. You know what I'm saying? I consider a job as a job you have for 3 months or more. That's considered a real job. If you have a job for 3 months or more, that's your job. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. So yeah. So like I said, life after high school, life before my first job at Dollar Tree. This is it right here. You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all enjoyed this shit. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed this video and shit. Cause I know I did. You know what I'm saying? If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna catch y'all on my next YouTube video. Yo.